guys, I'm Kyle and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I learned to front lever. Alright, before we begin the video of me explaining how I learned the front lever, let me explain what the front lever is. So a front lever is a calisthenics skill-based static hold that involves your whole entire body from your head all the way to your heels. So basically what you're doing is you're starting from a dead hang, from an inverted hang, and then you're going to be lowering your body from an inverted position until your body is straight and horizontal, and in the front of your body is facing up. So let me show you what this move looks like, and then I'll explain how I learned how to do it. So you're going to start from a inverted dead hang, and you're going to lower your body from an inverted hang until your body is facing up. So like this. Your body is completely straight. There's no bend, there's no arch, nothing. Everything is straight from your head all the way to your heels. So let me explain how I learned how to do this. So the first step that I learned how to do whenever I was learning how to front lever was learning how to retract my scapulas. Because whenever you're doing a front lever, as you can tell, my back is leaning back, and then I'm raising the rest of my body. So think of it as you hanging on something, and then there is a chair or some sort of box or surface that's behind you, and then while you're hanging, you're going to be leaning your back onto that surface, and then your body is going to be completely straight. So think of it like that. So you want to learn how to retract your scapulas. So you're going to start from a dead hang, and then this is a dead hang, and then you're going to retract your scapulas down. You can tell a big difference. Your neck is covered by your shoulders, but whenever you retract your scapulas, your neck and your head shows. And also you can tell by how much your upper back is leaning back. So you're going to start from dead hang, like this, and then when you retract your scapulas, you should be leaning back like that. It's good to have a strong scapular retraction because it's going to make it a lot easier to go into that front lever position. So after you're doing a couple reps of the scapular retraction, like this, just keep doing a lot of pumps or reps. If you really want to get good at doing a front lever and being comfortable into that position, because you're going to need a really strong lower back and also upper back, because front lever has a lot to do with your core and mostly your back, because your whole entire body is going to be straight and you're going to be focusing mainly on your back. So once you've been doing a lot of scapular retractions, you move on to the next step, and then the next step after that is going to be raising your lower body. So from this position, you're going to start from dead hang, scapular retraction as much as you can, then you start raising your lower body like that. Start scapular retraction, raise your lower body. So it's kind of like a knee raise, but you're going to be raising really high. So you can also do that with knee raises. You can start with a dead hang, and then knee raise as high as you can. This will get you really comfortable with leaning back all the way until your body is facing up. So let me show you what that looks like. Dead hang, just knee raise really high, like this. You should feel your body starts to lean back a lot if you do a really high knee raise. So once you've been doing a lot of high knee raises, a lot of times, every time you're doing your workouts, I suggest you guys do both of these exercises that I just showed you and progressions that I just showed you, just so you can get really comfortable with it and master it. So once you've been doing a lot of high knee raises and also scapular retraction, the next thing you can do is start doing tuck front lever raises. So let me show you what this move looks like, and then I'll explain how to do it. So this is the same and also different from a high knee raise, because when you're doing a high knee raise, you have a lot of momentum to lean back even more. But whenever you're starting from a dead hang and you bring your knees up and then you start to pull back, it's going to be harder than doing this. As you can tell, whenever you're starting from a dead hang and then you're bringing your knees up and leaning back, it's going to be harder. So what you're going to do is incorporate step 1 and 2 into this, together, and then it should look like this. So step 1, scapular retraction. We're gonna start with a dead hang, scapular retraction, and then step 2, knee raise, lean back. The scapular retraction is really important because it's really gonna see if you have a really strong pull, because when you pull, your whole body is gonna start to go up. So if you don't have a strong pull, you can't pull it that high. So normally when people first try this move, this is what they do. They have a strong scapular retraction, but they're not pulling enough to where the rest of their body goes up. So this is what they look like sometimes whenever people try to do it. They start from here and lean back like this, but they can't get the rest of their body up because they don't have enough pull strength. So that's why I say you need to have really good pull strength. So what I suggest you do is do a lot of pull-ups, just regular pull-ups. Having a strong pull-up will get you towards and make you progress even farther into calisthenics as you do more moves and skills. Once you've been doing pull-ups for a long time, pulling will be so much easier, especially whenever you're starting to do a front lever, because you need a really strong pull. See, right there. You need a strong pull to pull scapular retraction, bring the rest of your body up. So after you've been doing the tough front lever raises, alright, so moving on to the next step of how I learned to front lever is I did a lot of single leg front lever raises after I got really comfortable and I mastered the tough front lever raises. So let me show you what the single leg front lever raise looks like. That's whenever it starts to get real and you can actually feel how it feels to be in a front lever position, but both legs aren't fully extended, as you can tell. So to achieve this move and exercise, you want to be getting really comfortable with doing front lever raises while in a tucked position, and then over time, you'll start to feel the tucked front lever raise be a lot more comfortable, and then you can start to reduce one leg. So what you can do is this. You could do a tucked front lever raise, hold for a while, and then bring one leg out, and then bring it back down. So it's kind of like a negative. So you're gonna start from a tucked front lever raise, bring one leg out, and then go down slow, go back up to a tucked front lever raise, and then switch legs. You're gonna be alternating legs so you really get the distribution and how it feels to be in a position like that. Or also, you can just start from a dead hang. If you feel like doing the tucked front lever raise is too easy and then switching into a single leg one is too easy, you can always start from a dead hang, tuck one knee like this, and then bring up with that. And then after that, you can go back down, switch, and then you start alternating even more. So once you've been comfortable doing a lot of single leg front lever raises, you can move on to doing ice cream makers. So ice cream makers is whenever it starts to get like super close to doing the front lever, but you're not holding it for a certain amount of time. You're just going to that position, come back. So let me show you what ice cream makers look like. You can either do a jumping pull-up, or you can just do regular pull-up. I myself, whenever I first started, I did jumping pull-ups, and then held the position, and then went into a front lever and then back. Let me show you what I mean. So you're gonna do a jumping pull-up. You're gonna start from here, and then you're gonna go into a front lever. So basically what you're doing is, top of the pull-up hold, right? You're basically pushing yourself down, but not completely down to where you're starting from dead hang. So what I mean by pushing down is, or actually you're pushing back, sorry. So you're gonna start from a pull-up hold, and you're gonna push back until whenever you push back, that's when you're gonna transition your legs to a straight position. So let me show you what I mean. You're gonna start from a pull-up hold, you're gonna push back like this. As you can see, that's basically the scapular retraction. So that's why I was telling you guys in the beginning of the video, whenever step 1 is to have a really strong scapular retraction. Because as you can tell, whenever you're at the top of the pull-up hold and you push back, your back is already in a scapular retraction. So you want to have a strong scapular retraction to hold that position, because the front lever has a lot to do with pulling back, and your hands are by your waistline, and then you're going to hold your whole entire body facing up and straight. So you're going to pull up, hold, push back, and then over time as you do that, actually, that's the next step. Just leaning back and then holding that position, because that's the most and the farthest you're going to have to pull, because your back is already in that farthest position whenever you're pulling and you're pushing back. This right here, that's the farthest position your body's going to be able to go in order to raise your legs and the rest of your body up. So once you've been doing a lot of leaning back like that, whenever you're starting from pull and hold, you can actually move on to doing real ice cream makers. So what you're going to do is pull, hold, same thing, and then bring your feet straight into a front lever position. So this is the same thing as the last step. You're going to start from pull up, hold, lean back, push back, and then your feet and your whole entire body is going to go in a straight line. It's going to push out at the same time. So you're not going to just be going to a pull up, hold, lean back and holding. This time you're going to actually be doing a real ice cream maker. Pull, hold, lean back. As you're leaning back, you're going to bring your feet up at the same time. So, pull, hold, lean back, and then feet up like that. You want to be doing a lot of those because that's the closest in similarity you're going to get to actually holding a real front lever position. So you can do ice cream makers two different ways. You can do it like this. Or you can do it like this. I'm doing a jump pull up just because, well, you guys can also do a pull up and then go straight into it, but I'm just doing jumping pull ups just because. You could do ice cream makers like this too. You start from a pull up, hold, go into that position, front lever position, hold it as long as you can, and then drop down. So I showed you two different ways. The first one was starting from a pull up position, going back, and then back to a pull up, hold, back to a front lever, back to a pull up, hold. The second one was going to pull up, hold, front lever position, and then drop down, and then going back to it. You can do both of those. I suggest you do both of those just to be comfortable and master ice cream makers fully. Once you've been doing a lot of ice cream makers, you can start incorporating a resistance band into doing front lever raises with this. So, like I say in all my other previous videos, resistance band helps so much because the difference of thickness in the resistance band. So, in this scenario right now, since I'm doing front lever and I want to make it harder for myself, but also make it assist me, I'm going to be using a thinner resistance band. But if you guys are beginners and you want to make it really easy for yourself, if you're starting out doing this exercise, then I suggest using a thicker resistance band other than a thinner one. But since I can already do this move and I want to make it harder for myself but still assist me in a little bit of a way, then I'm using a thinner one. So what you can do is you're going to build this over and then stick one side through the other side. You're going to pull it down and step inside, grab the bar, and then you can do front lever raises. So you're going to incorporate all the steps into it. Scapular retraction, then bring your legs up and just doing raises like this. So when you're doing front lever raises or front lever in general, think of it as when you're starting from a dead hang and you're pulling, you're bringing your arms towards your chest, and then you can see your chest actually start to engage and puff out. Your whole entire body is engaging during this move, actually. But how I notice if I'm doing this move correctly and I'm engaging the proper muscles that I need to is when I pull down, my arms are going to go in like this, but try to keep your arm locked out as much as possible because one slight bend could ruin the whole move. So try to keep your arm locked out as much as possible and try not to break that form. So how I learned how to do it to see if I was doing correctly is when I pull, I bring my arms in, my elbows in, and then that will really engage my back even more and make my scapulas retract even more. As you can see from this position is normal, but whenever I bring my arms in, you see my back, my scapulas retract even more, and also my chest engages, which is kind of weird, but it helps a lot for me. So you guys can try that. Hold it down, and then you're gonna start the scapular retraction. You do that, you're gonna bring your arms in, and then your scapula will engage even more. Alright, so once you've been doing front lever raises with the resistance band, you can now move on to doing front lever raises without it. So I'm already stretching sweat right now. This is already a workout for me. It's a whole entire video that I'm making. But anyways, you can start doing front lever raises without the resistance band now. Like that. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing front lever raises without the resistance band, you can always do it with it. Or you can move on. You can move back to a previous progression, which is the single leg front lever raises. So work on reducing one leg and distributing the weight for your body. Or you can do this too. You can hold a front lever and then alternate. So what you can do is this. Front lever and then switch legs. Like that. And hold. As you guys can tell, I'm already kind of fatigued because this is a whole workout for me, basically. Going over the steps and stuff. This is crazy, but I'm doing it for you guys, so yeah. And then, after you've been doing a lot of front lever raises and actually holding it for a certain amount of time and just moving back to previous progressions, if you don't feel comfortable doing that progression or the progression that you're stuck on, you can always move back to previous progressions to master all of it. Once you master all of it, you can finally hold your first ever front lever. Just review all the steps, and then you'll be able to do it. There you go, that was front lever. So once you finally mastered front lever, you can start doing other types of front levers, like supinated grip front lever. This will really focus more on your bicep because instead of holding it like this, the bar, this, you can hold a supinated grip, and then it's gonna focus more on your bicep. Let me show you what that looks like. You're gonna be in a chin-up position. You're gonna pull, same thing, scapular retraction, bring your legs up, but instead, you're just gonna be supinated position. So, let's go. That was a short time, but still we did it. In my opinion, doing it like that is hard for me because I'm used to always holding it in this position instead of supinated. But I suggest you guys work on both if you want. If you guys want a tutorial on how to do a front lever supinated grip, let me know down in the comments and then I'll make a video on that. But yeah, that's basically how I learned to front lever. And I hope you guys enjoyed me showing you guys how I learned how to front lever and the steps that I took to get to that. Once you've done a lot of front lever and you practice holding it for at least 5 seconds and you can hold it for a long time, you would actually start doing front lever pull-ups. So myself, I can only do one, but I still need to work on doing front lever pull-ups. So I use a resistance band to do front lever pull-ups. I'll either use this thinner one or probably this thicker one so that I can put in more reps. And also it can assist me. But yeah guys, this brings us to the end of the video and I hope you all enjoyed today's video of me showing you guys on how I learned how to front lever and me showing you guys the steps that I took to accomplish this type of exercise. So that being said, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely share this video with a friend who wants to know how I learned how to front lever, and of course me showing you guys the steps that I took to master this move. Also, if you want to check out more of my content, follow me IG @Calisthenics. I upload every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Peace out.